Hello, dear Leos. Welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your storyline, or even if I do, you're welcome to check your other major placements. And we'll be doing Oracle deck readings over here on YouTube. And if that story resonates with you, join me over on Vimeo. The link will be in the description box. And we'll do a more traditional tarot spread over there with a few more details. And I don't know if you knew this, but at the end of every video, I post pictures of the cards that I draw. So if that's helpful for you, you're welcome to check that out. All right, what do we have here for dear Leo? I'm having a very Mercury retrograde right now. I've lost 3 videos, none of them Leo. But through various means, like none of them were, it's not been the same thing twice, of course. So it's been a long time since that happened. Oh, fascinating. There is so much about this. Community, community, community. Lots of people getting this card or similar cards where it's definitely heavily featured. We have community leadership. We have a group of people either that you live with, work with, go to school with, whatever, a group of people, your community. This has to do with some kind of group that you're a part of. And then we have gifts. All right, so this is such a simple card to me. I can't really pull both community and gifts. It has to do with a group of people. It has to do with gifts. It has to do with maybe a gift that you're bringing to a group of people or a group of people giving you a gift. Gift is just very straightforward. When I get it, there's not a lot else here. I mean, there might be a sense of safety in this gift. Appreciation, building, some sort of gift may build community. Right? Sometimes we can build friendships and build our communities, you know, by gifts to do that. That's their purpose, is to solidify ties between people. So community and gifts, fascinating. This gift card and this community card have both come up a lot lately, so I don't know if that was what that's about. I mean, why the collective is experiencing so many gifts. What else do we have here? Is that it? Oh, something went in and flipped around. It was very exciting, but it was like, yeah, actually, never mind. Not going to talk about that. Okay, this sounds good. This is interesting. There's some sort of theme. This might be one person in your community here. There could be a maturation process, maybe you in your gifts that you bring in the community, or you in this relationship with community. I see it sort of going backwards in a way, a reversal of some kind here. It definitely has to do with communication. So Lorelei, we have an immature person, maybe a younger person, or maybe just emotionally immature. They are unaware of the effect of their actions on their community, of the effect of their words on their community. Here we have a group of people, again, community, some kind of group that's very upset. Here we have maybe a younger person, immature. They've created a lot of instability without really realizing it. They don't really know. I mean, are they just playing around? Are they just goofing around? But there's just some sort of emotional immaturity here. It's a young mermaid, and she's created a lot of upset. Knowingly and not caring. I don't really know what her motivation is, but there's a lot of instability and upset that's been created here by someone's immaturity, emotional immaturity. Possible in your community. They've upset a community through this emotional immaturity. someone here is trying to hold back. Someone here would like to express how this has affected them, or you may be not participating in the emotional upset, but you certainly would like to. There's a lot you would like to say here to this person, but now you're withholding. So it might have been you that said something that has your community in an uproar, or it might be, but now you're holding back. Now you're holding your tongue. You're not saying anything anymore. Or maybe you have, or maybe someone else has said something and you would like to respond, but you're refusing to right now. There's something you are dying to say, dying to communicate, really want to say, but you're holding it back. This all has restrained throat chakra all over it. So this could be being sick also with a sore throat or something like that. This is an unusual reading for me, but I see that. There's a sense of wanting to, and maybe you're withholding for now. You're looking for the right opportunity to say something, to say what you have on your mind to say. This is the only, the community and gifts looks great. There's emotional upset in the community. The community's upset about something, either a family matter or some sort of group that you work with. People are upset. And then we have liberty. This is like you're free to go. You are free to say what you need to say. There's this opening here. The only reason you're holding something back is just in your mind. The only reason why you feel trapped in a situation might be you feel trapped with this group, like you have to continue working with them, even though someone ends up being a jerk. You're free to go, though. This is liberty. This is something, you're free to do something that you want to do, that's been calling you. You've held back for long enough. You've been held back. And it's time for you to either go, leave a situation, leave a community, or do something that it is that you've wanted to do. You are able to do that. Where there's been restrictions in the past, there are not anymore. In some ways, maybe this Lorelei character, this person that created this instability, might have been you, might have been someone else. In some ways, they might have opened the door, right? That instability, that break in the routine. I'm thinking about, like, I'm having a very Mercury retrograde right now. And I'm thinking about how typically with Mercury retrogrades, other people's stuff going on, and kind of falling apart creates openings for me. One person their car breaks down, they can't show up for the job. Well, I can show up for the job. And I get opportunities out of that. But so this may have, this instability and this kind of rocky situation may have created this Lorelei character. You may not like what they did and what they said, but they may have created an instability that opened a door for you. Where before you've been restrained, now you're free. Where before you haven't been able to say something, you haven't been able to do something, now you're able to do it because of this instability. Honestly, what it's reminding me of, and many of you know I grew up very religiously, and so I have that background. It's reminding me of Paul and someone, they were in jail and there was an earthquake and they left jail, they just left. So that's what it seems like to me. That's what, like, okay, were we wanting the earthquake? No. Is it fun? No. Is everybody upset? Did it shake things up? Certainly did create a lot of instability with that earthquake. But where we were once being held back and in prison, it's now freed us. Now we're free to go, right? So, so whatever instability actually created an opportunity for you. It's a gift. Whatever instability this person, I'm going to sneeze, hold on. So yeah, whatever instability was created, and it actually made an opening for you. So now there's freedom here where once there was not. And so maybe you didn't like it when it happened. It could be a tower moment that someone created, sort of an upset in the structure of things. But take advantage of it. We also have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. I love this with community, Soul Tribe. This is happening with your group, with your people, with your community of kindred spirits. And then we also have I love how it's coming together, right? And we have this sort of destruction, but then this coming together, it's like these things happening that are creating an opening for you. So it's calling it's coming together, but it's like the opening is being created here. And then we have intuitive hits, and then we also have this, trust the niggle. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Also talking about intuition. So you may be having an intuition, a feeling about this community, about something. And then again, we have her flanked by other people. So there's 3 people here. This can constitute a community. This could also be, I mean, what's interesting is we have these 3 very similar looking women. These are a girl, and then I see ascending maturity, immaturity, growing maturity, knowing immaturity here, growing maturity, okay, knowing that at times that you do need to hold back. You can't just say whatever comes to mind. And then more maturity. I mean, we can even see it in the hair here. The growing maturity, the growth here. Between these 3 women, and then this maturity of knowing when you're free, knowing when it's okay to speak, knowing when it's your time, knowing when it's time to discernment here is what I'm seeing. So immaturity, and then going straight to sort of lockdown, holding back, and then discernment here, and being able to discern when you're free to speak, when it's okay, and when it's not. I also see 3 in this one. We have 3 blonde women with trust the niggle. So there may be a group of 3 people. This community may not be all that big, actually. It might be, but it might not be, because there's just this like repeated pattern of 3 people. So trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So you're getting some sort of intuitive thing. It could be a repeated pattern. That's also, you know, with these 3 here and these 3 here, there could be a repeated pattern that keeps showing up for you. That is something that you need to start paying attention to, like, you know, seeing the same numbers or something like that. The angel numbers. I don't ascribe specific meanings to the sets. I just see it as like a wink of like, the universe is like, yeah, you're right where you need to be. Thank you. Trust the niggle, though. Something repeated, something seems off. It probably is. Trusting your intuition about something. And it has to do with this community. It has to do with maybe bringing this community together, maybe repairing this community, maybe bringing gifts to the community. There's a history of immaturity here, and I'm hopeful that what I'm seeing here is a you know, saying whatever is a instability, lockdown, discernment now. And there is something to do with your intuition as it relates to this community. Okay, this new deck I got. I'm trying it. Ooh, I love this. Peacock. Aren't these beautiful? I just got these new cards. Are called something I completely forgot, but it's in the description box. Prestige, self-respect, awareness. I really see prestige here. I see, yeah, self-respect. I think this might have to do with maybe some past immaturity. Awareness, being aware of how your behavior affects others. And then the discernment coming from that. I really see a strong peacock vibe. I think we've even got some peacock colors here. We've got similar, right, we still have that blue that's showing up in all of these cards. And then the prayer here is regal bird bursting with color, your confidence and grace I would know. Right, that combination of confidence and grace and the discernment, which I'm seeing here as the awareness. There's also a sense of the proud, like being able to show off, but knowing when to show off, right? The peacock isn't going to survive very long if it starts showing off in front of, say, a tiger. It's not going, if it does its little like peacock dance in front of a tiger, it's going to get eaten and so will all its peahens. But if it does the peacock dance and those raises those shimmery feathers up in front of the right person, then up in front of the peahens that it's trying to attract, then so there's discernment here is what I'm seeing. Awareness of your environment, awareness of your community, awareness and discernment of what you say in your community and what you bring to your community. I think it's fine to be proud of what you bring, but I think there's also a sense of needing to be discerning about when is the right time to do that and when it isn't. So, all right, if that was helpful or useful for you, Leo, join me over on Vimeo. And if it was or if it wasn't, I'll see you guys in a while. Thanks for joining me here.